Francis Ford Coppola, the director of The Godfather, is back directing a brand new film for the first time in 20 plus years, and it's his passion project that he's wanted to make for about 40 years. How, as a fan of films, could you not look forward to this? How could you not want to see that? And I remember when the first reviews came out of TIFF, and it was extremely divided. Some people loved it, some people hated it, and it just sent curiosity levels through the roof and out the atmosphere. So I finally went to go see it last night, and I'm going to be transparent with you guys straight up. About an hour and 15 minutes into Megalopolis, I walked out. I know that's going to annoy a lot of people watching this video, and I'm not going to label this as a review of Megalopolis because I've technically not watched the whole thing. So I'm judging the film based on the hour and 15 minutes or so that I watched. And the hour and 15 minutes or so that I watched was pretty horrendous. And I hate to say it, and it really shocked me to say it, but it was Francis Ford Coppola's direction and the approach he took with the film that was the massive problem. In fact, I was reading into the film last night, and I saw this piece that said that Francis Ford Coppola allowed a lot of improvisation, and he let actors write a lot of scenes, and he changed up a lot of ideas about the film on the fly, which makes sense because all of the actors in this film feel like they're in a completely different film. None of them are on the same wavelength with their performances, and as a result, most of them look like idiots. I have absolutely no idea what Shia LaBeouf was channeling with his character. Sometimes he felt like Buffalo Bill, sometimes he felt like Tommy Wiseau, sometimes he just felt like Shia LaBeouf in that period of time when he was losing his mind and wearing paper bags on his head and spending 3 days in elevators and whatnot. It was so weird. Lawrence Fishburne is like the only actor who has a consistent performance. He doesn't go to strange places. He doesn't have any weird tics and quirks that are just randomly chucked in there. His dialogue is kind of monotonous because he's the voiceover of the film. We'll get back to that in a second. But yeah, Adam Driver even, I mean, what was he doing in this?
So go back to the club.
And it's not just the acting, it's the visual choices, the editing choices that are just so like deliberately strange and deliberately kind of off the wall, but it just throws the entire kind of concept and purpose of the film completely off course. It has the grand themes and messages about, you know, trying to build a better future for humankind and rejecting the status quo, getting rid of the regressive ways of living, which are, you know, good messages that are relevant. And, you know, it's trying to tell us to have conversations, to build better futures. Good messages, good themes. But number one, they're completely surface level because it's literally just Adam Driver going, we need to have the conversations. We need to build a better future for humankind. That's it. No depth, no nuance. And two, any resonance or impact that those messages could have had are completely smothered, again, by the weird editing choices and strange visual choices. And I've seen positive reviews for this film calling it bold and audacious and Coppola swinging for the fences and, you know, sticking true to his vision as a filmmaker. And if you appreciated the film for that, that's totally fair enough. I'm not out here shitting on opinions. I'm not saying I'm right and you're wrong. I just could not get on board with Francis Ford Coppola's intentions and visions purely because I don't know what his intentions really were by just executing it in such a off-the-wall kind of way. Maybe he was trying to, in a way, be similar to the film's message of trying to reject the status quo and in his vision reject traditional filmmaking methods and just do something new and embrace I don't know. I'm just spitballing. I'm just chucking shit against the wall, but I just did not enjoy the way Francis Ford Coppola put this film together. And with these visuals trying to be these really grand visual metaphors combined with Adam Driver's almost Shakespearean-like monologues and Lawrence Fishburne's also Shakespearean-type voiceover and narration, none of it landed, none of it resonated, and the film just came across as kind of pretentious to me. When I was listening to Lawrence Fishburne's voiceover, the only thing I could think of was Carson Clay's playback time.
Together we lived, we laughed, we loved. And now, I walk this wilderness alone.
And my reaction to Megalopolis was very similar to the audience's reactions to playback time. There were two other people in the screening of this film last night, a youngish couple. They walked out after 45 minutes, and it's got a D+ on Cinema Score. So I'm not alone. Purely because it's Francis Ford Coppola, Megalopolis, the first half at least, has got to be one of the more disappointing films in the past 20 years.